Today we'll be learning all about living room design. Want to get your living room design right first time? Knowing how to design a living room can be a challenge if you're starting with an empty room. Perhaps you've just moved into a new house, or you're doing a thorough renovation. In this guide, we take you through everything from paint to layouts to floorings, so that you can make the right choices. Whatever the size of your living room, whatever its shape, and whatever its orientation, there is always a creative way to design or decorate it. Where to place the furniture. So the first step of learning how to design a living room is the layout. It might be that you have a small living room with little flexibility for your furniture positions, but there's no denying that most of us, whatever the size of our spaces, work our living room design around one thing: the TV. But while turning your living room into a home cinema room may be great for Friday nights, it's not always the most efficient and certainly not always the most attractive way to arrange your furniture. If you have the space, and particularly in through living rooms, arrange furniture to create purposeful zones. Sure, have a sofa that's just for TV worshippers, but also create a defined reading space by putting an armchair next to a window or a table lamp. Assign a dedicated workspace to a corner with a console table, desk, or home office hidden in a cupboard. Or separate a children's play space from the rest of the room with open shelving. Consider what you need in your living room design as well, and what you can live without. At the very least, you'll need enough seating, side and or coffee tables, a TV unit, storage for everything from gaming equipment to toys and books. And if this is starting to overload the room, think about what can go elsewhere. Here's a tip. If you really don't know where to start with your living room layout, use a tape measure to size up the room. From that, you can sketch out a floor plan and draw out a few different ways your furniture could fit into the room. Decide on a living room style. Once you've planned your living room furniture design placement, you can move on to the fun stuff: choosing the style of your living room. It's where you'll spend much of your time, in the evenings if you don't have kids, and from the afternoon onwards if you do. So while the style of your living room design will be largely dedicated by the age of your property, its inherent architectural feature and the style of the rest of your rooms or existing living room furniture has got to suit your lifestyle too. In other words, if your house is full of kids, choosing a living room filled with ornate antiques probably isn't practical, and a modern living room style might be more your scene. Make notes of living room designs that you like, and you'll soon notice themes occurring, which will be a good base for your room scheme. And while you might be tempted to stick to one style, don't be afraid to mix and match. Doing so will create a less constructed, more relaxed feel. And after all, it's the room you unwind in at night, so it should be a true expression of your taste.